I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
It's a match once again. Welcome back to another review. There's another paid request, this time for Guillermo. Thank you so much. And for those interested in requesting any other type of videos, topics, reactions, anything random, pretty much whatever, feel free to send it directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. If you wonder what I'm doing with this, I have to fix it because if you don't know what this means, just go watch my review of Shadow in the Cloud. And speaking of which, this movie here should be best friends with that movie. Because that movie pissed me off so much. I'm probably going to be lenient on this film when normally I probably wouldn't. So, because despite my issues with this film, because it's not much, it's still better than Shadow in the Cloud. But the babies. So yeah, I broke the fucking thing. Stupid fucking movie. This movie isn't that great, but at least I got more out of this, sadly. Again, still not great. So, Cold Ground, number one, has a cool poster. I might put over here. That's a really cool poster. It's a retro poster, make you think of the VHS back in the day. Even the way the film begins, it has the old, like, rated R. If you remember back in the day when you seen films from the 70s and 80s, sometimes at the end of the tape, it would show a screen and be like rated R over here or over here. It has one of those at the beginning of the film, and it takes place in around 1976. So the aesthetic, like Super 8 film, it's got the scratches and stuff. And I like that. I like that aesthetic of a found footage movie, but what if the footage was from the 70s and it looks scratched up, Super 8. And it takes place in the snow. I know that sounds stupid. What's to be excited about that? There's not a lot of these type of films that take place in the snow. It's like slasher films of that horror type. It's not a lot of slasher films that take place in the snow, unless you count something like Iced or Jack Frost. That's not really slasher, but you know. Yeah, that's not really slasher. But it's on some list of slasher, but I don't know. It just depends. But yeah, there's not a lot of like actual like Friday the 13th, Final Exam, My Bloody Valentine, that type of stuff. Same with found footage. There's not many of that type of stuff that's in the snow. And it creates a different type of environment. And then at night with the aesthetic, it could create a little bit of mood, a little bit of atmosphere. With the snow and the dark. I liked that. There are creatures in the film when they show up. Yeah, it's done where you can't see them too well. But the little bits I saw, actually decent. Which is fucking sad, because the little bits I saw of this monster was better than that Shadow in the Cloud, which is CGI shit. And this was done for real and for peanuts. Now, granted, I didn't see him well. That's probably why I was going so fast, because so you don't look at them too much and notice too many flaws, but the bits I saw, they look pretty decent. and real. This is a film that maybe would have been more special if it came out, say, 2000, 2001, a year or two after the Blair Witch Project. But this came out around 2017, some say 2018. IMDb says 2017, so I'll just go with that. In 2017, it's not nearly as fresh. I mean, almost 20 years after the Blair Witch Project, this feels like old hat. The first 30 minutes, it tries to build up... No, I take that back. I was going to say it tries to build up its characters. It really doesn't, now that I think about it. Because the setup is these two people are journalists, French journalists, a guy and a girl, and they're a couple. So all we know is they fuck. That's really all we know. They're journalists and they fuck each other. That's what you get for characters development. They go up for just the film stuff for this TV program. They go to the French-Swiss border and they meet with some scientists. And the movie, sometimes it's in French and sometimes it's in English. Some people have a problem with that. I was fine because it seemed more natural, considering where and when this took place, because that's where they filmed the movie. I believe. I could be wrong. To be honest, I don't know where they filmed this. Anyway, the story is that there's cattle missing. They go with these scientists. They want to figure out what's going on with this cattle. Once in a while, they find one dead. And they bring up all these things during the 40 minutes of build-up, where 5 of them, the 2 journalists and the 3 other scientists, they're going to hike up because they lost communication with the people up top, this mountain. So they'll take a few days to go up there. And they bring up like all of these ideas where... Let me ask a quick question. I know this is a stupid question. Is a virus and bacteria the same thing? I thought they were 2 different things, because you go, hey, do you have a viral infection or do you have a bacterial infection? We have to determine, so we give you the proper, right medication. I thought they were 2 different things, but this movie makes it seem as if they're the same thing. They talk about a virus. Oh yeah, we found some bacteria, and the virus. I'm like, well wait, is it a bacteria or is it a virus? Again, they act as if it's the same fucking thing. I thought they were 2 different things. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I thought they were 2 different things, but the movie makes it seem they're the same things. What the fuck? In this movie, virus, bacteria are the same thing. I thought they were different. Whatever. Anyway, they're talking about that. Even along the wall, they talk about this one time people saw these lights in the sky. I'm like, so what, it's UFOs now? So is it virus, bacteria, or is it UFOs? And then, oh, this one uranium mine. Because they find a dead cow and it's been scalped, and there's radiation coming from it. Oh, uranium mine. So I'm like, okay, so we got radioactive cows, uranium mine, one quick story about maybe a UFO, or a virus, bacteria. Which the fuck is it? I guess they put all that in so that you figure out what the fuck's going on yourself. It's maybe this, it's maybe this, it's maybe this. You figured the fuck out. Okay. And they camp 1, 2 or 3 nights. Pretty much the one guy saying, hey, warning you of hypothermia. They find a bone. They find a dead animal with the scalp off. And this goes on for like 40 minutes. All I just described. And I watched, and this is a piece of shit. I don't know a damn thing about any of these characters. It's been 40 fucking minutes. I'm not saying I need to know their life story, their dreams, their hopes, their desires, and what they want to be when they are fucking 80 and in the retirement home. But a little bit of something, maybe due to personality or characteristics. Blair Witch Project. I love the 1999 Blair Witch Project. By 40 minutes in, I got the idea that Heather Donahue was a control freak. I got the idea how Mike, he joined this project, but he's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Like, what's going, like I shouldn't be here. Why the hell am I here? I was pumping gas somewhere. Why am I here? Not in this. And there's not like banter, humor to get to like the characters. Again, Blair Witch Project. They're around the campfire, and there's one singing the Gilligan's Island song. Levity, humor, some type of bonding. You know, just talking like regular people. Here, no, it's just, hey, be careful of hypothermia. Talking about, yeah, man, this one time, this thing, I guess might be a possible UFO. It's really nothing else that they talk about. Then it gets a little bit interesting because they find like a human jawbone and human remains. There's an avalanche. They find more and more dead bodies. One of them's even skinned. And then these attacks start happening. And you see brief glimpses of the creature, which look neat. And then the 70s aesthetic, like I said, with the scratches and being in the dark and the snow. And, okay. One person they find with their stomach cut open, and the effects, the gore look decent. There is a little bit of gore. And I'm like, okay, this section here, I don't mind for what it is. I don't mind for what it is. And then they got to the third act, I went, where, you know, some, spoiler alert, spoilers, 3, 2, 1, spoilers. One person dies in this avalanche. One person gets grabbed and find that their stomach's been cut open. One lady got grabbed. And then it's just our two journalists left, the couple. One guy wants the lady to cut his fucking foot off because it sounded like he just sprained his fucking ankle, but it's like, no, I can't go any further. You don't have to do this. When he took his fucking the sock off, it looked like there was maybe a bruise. Maybe I saw a bruise. It didn't look that bad. If it was like barely hanging off, a big chunks here and there, and it looks like a big infection fest, okay, but it looked a bit dirty. Maybe a few bruises. You stub your toe, it will look worse than this. And I don't really get the idea of, yeah, all these fucking creatures that they seem like, imagine a Bigfoot werewolf body, but the head's a little bit like a bat. So I don't know if it's supposed to be well, not Batman, but that'd be a funny found footage. They get killed and attacked by Batman. That'd be a crazy, but again, maybe it's like Batmen, maybe? I'm guessing. I totally guessed they don't really give much else for me to talk about. But yeah, they cut the lady cuts the foot off, which to me is a fucking stupid decision, stupid idea. And again, the foot didn't even look that fucking bad. Like, why? It just makes you question, though. That's the thing. When you do stuff like that, that's a big leap. To go into cutting someone's foot off. And you're a journalist, not a doctor. Sound like Bones from Star Trek. And when you look like this is a little bit of shit, I'm like, you know what? Worry about getting the foot downhill, and then you can worry about, you know, cutting the foot off or whatever. You're on the fucking mountain. You got bat, werewolf, whatever the fuck people chasing after you. Yeah, I don't think cutting off a foot was a good idea. You go 10 feet and bleed to death. What the fuck do you don't use to stop the bleeding? Tampon? Whoop, it's bloody already. Put more blood on it. Fuck, man. It just... I did not mind the edit where she shuts off the camera and then boom, immediately when it's turned on, it's her hubby being killed. She runs, she gets to a cave. And that's why I'm wondering if it's bats, because she's looking around. We see regular bats. So okay, regular bats. There's a this creature on the wall. Maybe it's... Idea is a UFO, uranium mines, maybe that. Maybe. And it's funny, I was speaking to her Blair Witch Project. She's ready to do the Heather Donahue, confession, and then she gets interrupted. She runs out of the cave, and again, this should be a rant, because I'm not much a fan of the film. But fuck it. The ending sucks. The ending sucks. Well, it's found footage. There have been found footage endings that I've enjoyed, and were satisfying. I thought the ending to As Above, So Below was satisfying. I thought the ending to... Technically it's not found footage, but Savage Land. Even Butterfly Kisses. Exists. Funny enough, from one of the directors of the Blair Witch Project. Exists. Lake Mungo. There have been others. Even The Tunnel. The Tunnel. I was satisfied with the ending. But this... She gets out of the fucking caves. I swear to God, it looked like she accidentally walked off the fucking cliff. And then looking at like a rabbit in the distance, and then it's over. And I went, did she accidentally fall off the fucking cliff? Now, if the movie was trying to tell us that she jumped off on purpose because, oh, that'd be a fate worse than death. I don't want to be tortured, eaten up by those things. I'm going to jump for joy, see what happens next. That wasn't really conveyed as well as it should have. Because it looks like she just was running and mentally going, oh shit. And I laughed. I went, did she fall off the fucking cliff? And then she's dead. It's not even like she's alive and the creature's like, shh. No, she's just dead from that. I mean, there's not much to recommend. I guess if you're a diehard found footage fan, sure. The poster is better than the movie. I like the section of the film when they're finding the dead bodies, the gore, the effects don't look too bad, and it's in the dark with the 70s, scratcher, Super 8 type of footage, and the snow, and the creatures coming out, practically done. Right? You can't see them well, but they look decent enough. That section I liked. More of that, less of the 30-minute, or if you don't have the 30-minute build-up, have some interesting shit happen. Bring some interesting stuff to the characters, or merit levity. Have a much better fucking ending. That would help. That would help a lot. So Cold Ground. There you go. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.